everybody. I'm Creative Katie, Karen Burchill. Welcome to my channel. I'm so glad you joined me. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach you a great break the page starter technique. I call it the Rip a Strip starter technique. At about the halfway mark, I'm going to show you the pictures as the background evolves, so you can see where we started and where we end up and every step along the way. So let's get started. We're going to start with the pull of collage papers. You want no more than 2 or 3 colors. You want lights and darks. You want patterned and planed, lightweight and heavyweight papers. That works best, gives a lot of interest. Then you just need to rip and stick. Now you could do it as you go. Rip a piece, glue it down, or you can do what I tend to end up doing, and I just take a bunch of pages, I rip them, and I rearrange them on the page, definitely overthinking it, moving it around till it looks like something I want. Now, what you're seeing now isn't necessarily what will end up later. So it really, believe me when I tell you, it really doesn't matter. Do not overthink this. Do as I say, not as I do. Don't overthink this stage. There is nothing wrong. You want layers. This is going to, at a minimum, give some texture to the page. It breaks the page. It gives you the color story and the starting point very effortlessly. You look at the colors, you like the way they work together. This is kind of the green, lime green with that navy. I like that, and I'm running with it. I have no idea where this is going. But again, this is just the start. This is the first layer. Don't get attached to it. Now we're going to add layers and interests. Stamp, stencil, texture paste. So here I'm using a script stamp, and I'm adding some of that to the background, kind of targeting some of that white space that's there. And now I want to add some texture, and I love adding modeling paste through a stencil. It adds texture, it adds pattern, and then you can choose down the road whether you're going to bring out that texture and make it stand out a little bit more, or if it's just going to be more subtle. Now I'm choosing to use white modeling paste here because, again, I don't know where this page is going. So I'm just putting white modeling paste through here because I'm planning on colorizing it or adding some color to it. But adding texture with whatever. And I put this leaf stencil because I thought this green and blue just reminded me of gardens and foliage. So I'm using a key card to apply the modeling paste. I did use a little bit. I used my palette knife to get into small areas. Again, don't worry if it goes out. You can scrape it back if it goes somewhere that you don't want it. This is just adding another layer. It's not intended to be precise. So is this done? It could be done. I could slap on a focal image, but I'm not done. And usually when I do the rip a strip technique, this is the beginning. Now I'm going to add some gesso and I'm going to add color. First, gesso. This softens the edges, knocks back some of the color, some of the pattern, kind of makes it look like it's in a cloud a little bit. And as to how I'm deciding where I'm putting this, I'm just following my gut instincts. There is no right or wrong. I want to cover some of it. I want to soften the edges, break some things up, and enjoy the process. Now with the collage papers, what I didn't say is I like to take a couple of the collage papers, 2, 3 of them, and you want to have them in a couple different places on the page, 2 or 3. So here I'm adding some color, and I'm sticking to the color story that I have. Green, navy, a couple shades of green, and I'm adding a little bit of yellow to get that lime green, and I'm really liking that yellow on here. Now, my intention wasn't to cover every little bit of white space, but something happened about here. I fell in love with the colors and the blends that were happening. And so I decided that I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to get rid of all the white space and make this blue, green, soft, ethereal look because I loved it. And so that's a decision you're going to make. Am I leaving some white space? Am I not? If you get to this stage and then you think, oh, I want the white space, you let it dry and then add gesso. Now I've lost sight of that leafy texture. So here I'm coming in with gold and I'm putting the stencil back on top. There's modeling paste under there, so it's high, and I'm putting the gold on. Now, had I known I was doing this, I would have colorized it before I put the modeling paste through the texture, and I would have used gold modeling paste or gold stencil butter. But I didn't. I love this. Now it's reminding me not so much of a garden, but of like a peacock. They've got that gold shimmer that goes with the yellow, and I am so happy with where this background turns out. Now, some of you might say, well, Karen, you had all that pattern on those collage papers. You have to be prepared to let that go. That wasn't the finish. That wasn't the end of the story. That was the beginning. Some of it sometimes might show through. Sometimes, like on this page, a lot of what I did at the beginning just got me here. And I love this background. Now, the script stamp that I put earlier kind of got pushed back. You can't see it, but I did like it. I knew that. So I'm just reapplying it with some black paint here. Just add that finishing touch. So there are so many layers. So let's recap as promised. So here's where the rip-a-strips started. Rip the strips, glued them down. Lots of white space. Then we added some stamping and some modeling paste through it. So we added a little bit more pattern, a little bit more interest. Then we added color and gessoed. And here I chose to go all color. And then I finished it off. I made the texture stand out by applying gold to it, and then I stamped with the text stamp. So now we have the finished background. So now we can choose a focal. And really, this background would go with anything. I could go with a flower. I have this angel clip art, a digital art that I got from a collaboration with another artist. And I'm going to choose her. She fits this book. I'm going to put gel medium behind it, glue it down. I'm using gel medium because there's texture on the page. I'm going to put her here, give it a coat of gel medium on top. Now I'm going to add a sentiment. This is the Things with Wings sentiment pack. Anything with wings, angels, butterflies, dragonflies, birds. And this one says, take a leap and build your wings on the way down, which is kind of what I did when I started this YouTube channel, more than 10 years ago. I had no idea about YouTube or the technical side. I just did what I loved, created, and wanted to share that with people. And sometimes if you overthink it, you stop yourself. So take a leap and figure it out as you go. So now I don't want to colorize the entire focal image, but I'm going to add a little bit of color to the flowers, to the crown, just a pop of color, not much. Individual decision. You could decide to paint it completely out, but I just wanted the highlight of this page to be that beautiful background. I'm adding some gold to the wings, which is tying in with the gold that I applied to the texture to bring out the texture. I've decided to paint her eyes kind of blue to match the background. And I'm dotting the flowers with some yellow with my stylus. Now I'm just going to edge with black paint. I'm shading around the outside edge. You could use a Stabilo all pencil for this if you want, or charcoal. If you're wondering what size journal this is a half-size composition book. It measures about 15 inches across and about 5 inches tall. It is my favorite size. It has allowed me to really play with composition, and I really encourage you to do that. Here is the finished page. I absolutely love this background and love where this page turned out. So I hope you give the Rip a Strip starter technique a try. You never know where it may lead. Until next time, go get creative.